All right, this commentary is entitled Obsidian Ali Has Always Been an Opportunist. Now, I've been listening to Obsidian Ali since about maybe the later half of 2015 or sometime in 2016. And when I was listening to him, I think the first video I watched of his or listened to of his was he did a review of The Force Awakens. I remember listening to that. And I remember his review on Jessica Jones when that came out on Netflix season 1. And he did videos here and there about different things that was happening in pop culture, particularly with black people. And he did different things here and there when it came to men, particularly men on YouTube. I remember his video on Coach Corey Wayne and how Coach Corey Wayne was, he pretty much put down the, well, basically Coach Corey Wayne was having a bit of a tiff with some people of MGTOW and insinuating that they were losers, and him and Sandman went at it in his comment section and whatnot, you know. And that was a good video. And I remember Obsidian wanted to interview Coach Corey Wayne, so I'm not sure if he ever reached out to Coach Corey Wayne requesting for an interview and whatnot. But it's obvious by now that Coach Corey Wayne either didn't respond or wasn't interested in an interview. But, you know, as months went on, Obsidian branched out and he decided to do Google Hangouts when YouTube was associated with that, when I was a part of the YouTube features. And he would do Google Hangouts in the morning times. And his Google Hangouts would have people that would go on to have YouTube channels of their own. In fact, C Boogie started out as part of Obsidian's Google Hangouts. So did Man of Tomorrow. So did some other notable people that would go on to have channels. During that period, Nagone 11 was Obsidian's co-host. And he would pretty much be the voice of reason in Obsidian live stream show. And once Obsidian and Nagone 11 had that falling out over an issue or something, his Obsidian show to me quite wasn't the same. There wasn't a balance there, because Obsidian pretty much just ripped off his straight jacket and just went straight Jack Nicholson on his audience and other content creators and whatnot. But the thing that really kind of turned me off about Obsidian was he would refer to, I wasn't sure if it was black women or if it was the black community as a whole as, you know, park apes and BFF, which stood for black female fuckery. Now, some of those videos were funny and whatnot. I think I have some of them in my archives and whatnot, because there's certain videos I decided to save for myself. And Obsidian doesn't really have any of his old videos up, but his channel went down at some point. So those videos are pretty much lost. I think he does still have some of them, I think, and he posted some of them on his Patreon, but for the most part, they're lost. But yeah, I mean, as years went on, I just find myself not agreeing with Obsidian. I didn't really care for his politics. I really didn't care for the way he referred to black women. Now, don't get me wrong, I had my issues with black women. But I really wouldn't go in on a public sector like this and openly refer to black women as park apes and stuff. I would just, you know, keep it pushing and everything. In fact, one of the things that helped me get over some of my disdain for that would be disdain for BWs would be, you know, I just started moving around more in certain areas that I moved to. I found myself around black women that didn't think or behave like the black women I came up around. So that kind of opened my mind to the fact that not everybody is the same. But I understand Obsidian is catering to a particular audience that has angst and frustration against women that spurn them. And I understand what he's doing and why he's doing it. Obsidian has always been a businessman since day one. Now I don't expect him to change any iota, which is why when we go to 2023, when he decided to take up for Pearly Davis, it really just didn't surprise me. When I think about the whole thing, it didn't surprise me. Now, there's one person in my comment section that was like, well, you know, my heart goes out to Obsidian. I think that the people should have hit up Obsidian behind the scenes and said something instead of saying it in public. And there's one thing to really remember and keep in mind, that not everybody here has the same relationship with all content creators. And some things that are just said in public needs to be dealt in a very public fashion. So I'm all for Obsidian being called out, because especially with us black folks, when it's evident that you're a turncoat, or you traded your tennis shoes for some tap dancing ones, you definitely do need to be called out. That's how I feel about it. If anybody that subscribed to me feels different and feels that I should just drink the Kool-Aid and shut the fuck up, feel free to subscribe, because going forward, I am going to be calling a whole bunch of people out that are really being turncoats on these streets. And I'm not biting my tongue either. So, Obsidian has always been an opportunist, ladies and gentlemen. He's never been one to shy away from particular opportunities or particular trends that are happening on black social media. Now, I don't expect him to do so anytime soon. So him taking up a cape and wanting to protect Miss Anne from all the attacks from all us unruly niggas. That's expected. That's pretty much typical Obsidian to its natural extent or conclusion. And I was tempted to watch some of his recent videos in its entirety, but I just found out that I would just be pissed off, so I neglected not to go ahead and watch it all. Plus, I don't have 2 or 3 or 4 hours to watch all those. So I only watch 2 or 3 hour videos in maybe 5 or 10 minute spurts, because I have other stuff I have to do. But Obsidian Ali has always been an opportunist, and he's not going to change soon. Obsidian Ali has never been about black empowerment or black integrity or black excellence or about the black community. Notice that Obsidian refers to the black community as the communita, and that other people in this space have pretty much adopted that word. That came from Obsidian when he did that infamous video, Why I Refuse to Be the Cleanup Man. That came from Obsidian. That's an Obsidian Ali saying. So I don't expect him to change now or ever. He's going to be that. And I understand that Obsidian Ali is a Muslim. For him to be a Muslim and saying all those things is just un-Islam. It's not very Muslim-like, really. I don't really think he's a Muslim either. Just like I don't really think he's a conservative. I think he's a conservative of convenience. I think Obsidian just has a Muslim name. It's no different than them 5%ers I would see that would say to me, peace, God, and wanting to tell me the lessons and all that. But the things that I would see them do on the block and whatnot, they would be ungodly like. So how are you going to tell me about Muslim, I shouldn't eat pork or mess with white women, but here you go disrespecting black chicks by calling them bitches and hoes and you selling drugs around the corner and disrespecting your block and community. How are you going to teach me how I should uphold stuff, but you're not living up to your word? So I don't get it. Obsidian Ali is the same way. He's no different than the 5%ers I would run into. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I went a little over. This is 11 minutes. So audience, tell me what you think. Let me know in the comment box. This is Iron Will Media.